In this section of videos, we're going to be taking a look at flow control. What we're going to learn is how we can add a little bit of intelligence into our applications. Intelligence? Well, yeah, our applications need to have intelligence if we want our applications to be dynamic. Up until now, if you think back to all of the introductory language videos that we've presented, we haven't had any intelligence. We just simply had statement, 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 perhaps a method call, which within that method call was statement, statement, then we returned statement, statement. Very static, right, Logan?
Right, we always got the same output from the app, and basically the exact same thing happened every time we ran the app. The only way to get a different result was to change the source code.
Right, and who wants a program in the end where if you want it to be different in the least, you have to go in there and change the code? That makes no sense. Now let's all think back to the Hyperion project and the simple Windows application that had the button that bounced around our screen. Both of those programs were not static. They were dynamic. They both came to life. One took user input and allowed the user to walk through this virtual world, of course giving all text back, but nonetheless it was dynamic. And the other one, well, basically we had this button that bounced around the screen, and depending on its velocity and all, it would come up with different directions and all. It was not a static, just sitting there type application where the button didn't go anywhere and nothing happened. Something was happening, right?
Right, there was always some result that was in response to a set of conditions, like in the bouncing button. The button might bounce differently if you change the velocity, or it might bounce differently if you made the form larger.
Precisely. So, in order to pull off having a dynamic application, what we need to do is we need to introduce flow control. Now, at this point, like I said a second ago, everything has been, for the most part, linear. Flow control kind of goes in two different directions. There's two different ways we can implement it. One, we can implement it through branching, and the other way we can implement it is through looping. In this section of videos, we're going to be focusing on the branch path, which is us having the ability to control what sections of code will be executed depending upon certain conditions that exist within your application at that moment. So the videos coming up are going to be, first one, the if statement. We're going to look at the if statement and a bunch of different configurations that we can put it in to test conditions for us. From there, we're going to take a look at the switch statement. And then, of course, after the switch statement, we will have a knowledge review. You must have a knowledge review because we want to test to make sure you have picked something up from the if statement video and the switch statement video. Should be lots of fun. So that is the objective of the next few videos. With that, let's go ahead and get started.